All right. I want to call the meeting to order. It's 7:06 p.m. If we could all please stand for the pledge to the flag. Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if we all would just pause for a moment of silence, as we usually do, just thinking on recent things that have occurred and some things that we might hope to, some positive things that going forward. All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your attendance in tonight's meeting for the town of Edmonston. Today's date is February the 10th, and it is currently snowing lightly. And we've probably had more snow in the last part of January and the early part of February than we've had in the past 2 years. But thank goodness it hasn't stayed with us for too long. We've had some rain with it, a little mixture. As we move on in our agenda, it is time for public comment. And I don't know that there is anyone that is here from our public, but if you are, I ask that you unmute and state your name and address, and know that you have 3 minutes to speak courteously to the council. All right. It doesn't appear that we have anyone from the public that wishes to speak. And if you are from the public, I'd like to say thank you for your attendance. At this time, I'd ask Ms. Avery, if you could just call the roll, please, for the council.
Will do, Mayor. Mayor Tracy Gant, Councilmember Hillary Cheshire.
Present.
Councilmember Betsy McCauley.
Here.
Councilmember John Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Sarah Tuberville.
Present.
Town Administrator Rob Barnes.
Present.
Police Chief Elliot Gibson.
The chief is here.
The chief is here. Okay. And I'm Ava Gray.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for being present. As we move on, the next item is the consideration of appointment of the following individuals. We have an ethics committee, and we are going to appoint our ethics commission tonight. We have Paul Rosenfelder and Alex Maltez and Michelle Bonilla, also Miss Maggie Pooley and Mr. Kyle Underwear. They are our residents who have volunteered to be part of the Ethics Commission. And at this time, I will accept a motion from the floor to appoint these individuals as the Ethics Commission.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. McCulley. Is there a second?
Oh, second.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Thank you so much. The motion passes. And we now have an Ethics Commission. Thank you so much, Council. All right, as we move on, the next item is the consideration of approval of the following minutes. It's our work session meeting of January the 13th, 2021, and also our regular council meeting minutes for January the 13th, 2021. It was virtual. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I so move. Oh. I second Hillary.
Is there any discussion, concern? All right, hearing none. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion passed. All right, as we move forward also, our police chief is here to provide some information concerning our police department and also code enforcement. Chief Gibson.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Once again, let me say good evening to all of you. I just want to provide an overview of the police department's crime and disorder record for the month of January 2021. During the month, there were no homicides, no forcible rapes, no felony assaults, no homes broken into, no vehicles stolen, no simple assaults. We had one theft up at the Sunoco gas station. A couple of individuals came in and took cigarettes and some scratch-off tickets from behind the counter while the attendants were present, but no one was injured, and they were last seen out the front door. There were two theft from autos, very minor incidents where license plates were taken off of the rear of a couple of cars over the month. With respect to incidentals, there were 13 parking tickets written, 14 moving tickets, no traffic arrests, no criminal arrests. The police department checked 256 premises during the month. They made 14 traffic stops. There were 7 traffic impoundments of vehicles. During the month, we had 153 calls for police service, and red light camera citations issued 187, and that amounted to revenue in the amount of $13,875. With respect to code enforcement, municipal infractions, 0. Violation warning letters, 10. Stop work orders, 0. Rental inspections, 1. Parking tickets, 9. Home and business inspections, there were 5 of them. Code violation follow-ups, there were 15. And the code enforcement officer has been very busy down around Buchanan Street, ensuring that the folks who work on and transport cars are in compliance with the town ordinances. And, you know, I provided a lot of that follow-up information in the monthly report. I'm not sure if everybody has one. If you don't, I can send it to you that you might see how busy and productive our code enforcement officer has been over the past 3 months since he's been here. Just for the record, I wanted to share, next Tuesday, we will be, the Edmonston Police Department will be interviewing individuals for positions as police officers. 2 weeks ago, we announced on Indeed that we were accepting applications for employment in our police department. And we got over 36 individuals who applied. And from those 36 or so, we selected 5 that we're going to interview Tuesday starting at 9:30. And it's an opportunity to try to identify the best and brightest that we might teach and train them during our field supervision portion of their training. And hopefully we can get some good officers to help us get up to our authorized strength. So I just I just wanted to share that tidbit as we move forward. That is all the information that I have from the police department for the month of January 2021. Mayor.
Thank you, Chief Gibson. Are there any questions concerning his report? Yes, ma'am. Ms. Tuberville.
Chief and Mayor, I'm just wondering about the hiring of new officers, which I think is something that, that I am supportive of. I just want to ensure that there's sort of close coordination and discussion between you, Mayor, and the Chief to go through that process, because I know previously we've had some surprises, or prior chiefs didn't like the degree of kind of engagement that the council and the mayor had in that process. And so I just want to make sure everyone's like on the same page.
Yes.
Go
ahead. Go ahead, Chief.
Okay. To answer your question, we have been collaborating since day one on the prospect of bringing in new individuals. One of the things that I told the mayor that we're going to do is, first, one of the individuals sitting in interviews is Rod, our town administrator, and I'm going to share with her the resumes of those individuals who come in to sit Tuesday, and then the follow-up interview paperwork, and we have a lot of it, and we're going to share. And the goal is to identify competent and qualified individuals as a team, and that's our goal moving forward.
And
Okay.
just to also add to it, that's one of the wonderful things. I'm kind of hands off. I like the department heads to go ahead and do what they're supposed to do. They're the experts in it. But I'll say that Chief Gibson, as well as Mr. Barnes, always include me into what their intentions are. And that's what I respect. He has informed me in the path that he wants to take as far as hiring. And he has also included the staff, and that's a plus.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Ms. Tuberville, for that question, because that's very important, very important.
Agreed.
Yeah. Any other questions, Ms. Chester? Mm-hmm. Nope.
No.
And Ms. McCauley? Nope. You good? Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Ms. Johnson, you good?
Yes.
Thank you. All righty. All right. So, Chief, was that?
Yeah.
That was it. All right. Fantastic. Thank you very much. All right. As we move on again, Mr. Barnes, our town
Yes.
administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few things. The demolition at 4606 Hamilton is completed, completely signed off by county inspection, and the site now is seeded and will be grass, and the owner obviously will be left to maintain it. I hope that he has a plan for that as he moves forward. We'll be sending you out a draft calendar for the year as the police chief and I work on getting all of those activities on there. We are still planning virtual through at least probably the end of the year, but through fall for sure. And so we're coming up with creative ways to do different activities, Memorial Day service virtually, summer camp focusing on mental health for the children and parents. And we are partnering with the MedStar Georgetown clinic and doing some videos on various health issues, and they're about 10 minutes long, and then those will be incorporated into the summer program, but along with also at the elementary school. So we're very excited about that. I'll let Avery or the mayor talk about the Black History event that's coming up. I do want to publicly thank once again our Public Works. I think our snow removal in Edmiston is one of the most efficient that occurs. And so we are on board and ready to go for tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. And we think that we'll be able to handle that without any problems. And then one last thing, Avery and I worked on a education program to educate the residents on recycling. You cannot put plastic bags of any kind in your recycling container, the yellow container that's set out on Fridays. We started having rejections of, we had over 30 residents rejected for a couple weeks in a row. We did an extensive education system. We did postcards, we did constant contact, and I'm happy to tell you that on Friday we had one rejection. So our education program is working. And if you have the chance to talk to people, please remind them that plastic bags cannot go in the recycling at all. And I believe that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Barnes? Very, very good. Thank you so much. Is there anything from the council? Ms. Chester?
Don't have anything.
Ms. McCauley?
I'm good to go.
Ms. Tuberville?
I had a quick question for Rod about the budget book in anticipation of, are you still planning to pull something like that together, like a hard copy? Because I usually
Yes,
like
ma'am.
everything to be in paper, but I mean to be
Absolutely.
online, but I love the budget book.
Absolutely.
No, yeah, you'll have budget books like we always do. Yes, absolutely.
Do you know when those might be available for us?
We'll be targeting probably the 10th of March.
Okay. All right.
We're in the
So that'll
process
give
of putting them together.
Okay, so that'll give us like almost 2 weeks. to work
Yes.
through it. Okay, cool. That's
You
all.
know, the
Thank
budget book is one of the highlights of his life.
I know he loves it, and I love that he loves
Thanks
it.
to insert the pictures and everything. That's good. Thank you. Mr. Johnson?
Oh, no, I didn't have anything. Just trying to recuperate.
Hmm.
Yes, and I'm glad that you're on this evening. Glad to see, well, can't see you, but glad to hear your voice.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I just want to let you know on Saturday, we are going to have a lot of vehicles and Chief, just letting you know as well, because we might need to plan. And I didn't mention it to you earlier because I just found out late this evening. We're going to have plenty of vehicles on Saturday because, you know, we do food distribution every Saturday in partnership with Victory Grace Center. But this Saturday, because there's another location they usually go to on Fridays, they're not going to be able to do it. So they're going to do it in Edmiston on Saturday. It is with the county exec's office, and they do it once a month. So they're doing it in Edmiston this month. And it's going to bring at least 700 meals.
Wow.
So they're going to serve 700 meals, you know, prepackaged family meals. So besides what they normally do, it's 700 additional. So we usually do about 50 plus.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, but then there's 700. So we're going to be operating out of the rec center. I know that when we had the, what was that? The pipe break, and then it broke again when Betsy kind of alerted us to it. Torres went and asked some of the residents not to park on that street on 52nd in that certain area. And that kind of cleared the way Because when you talk about the traffic going up and down 52nd on Saturday, when they park there, it kind of blocks that street. So that might be a thought. And I noticed that the cones have been out for some reason. I didn't ask you about that.
Comcast is doing some upgrades.
Oh yeah, they've been doing some work in Evanston. That's right. Yeah.
Tracy, are they gonna need any help on Saturday?
Oh no, no. We just clean and open and kind of stay out the way, but stay available.
Okay.
Because they have it together now. We were there at the beginning to kind of help them. At the beginning, we were involved in kind of helping them, directing them. But now they have it going on.
Oh no,
So-
I know I've seen them at work and they're great. But I just
Yeah.
thought with the extra meals coming in, if they needed anybody to kind of just help them here.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. We don't get in their way. We're just there. We're available for questions. We're there for whatever. They just need us there.
Okay.
Nope. Do we, Mr. Barnes? We don't.
It might be a
Get
good
in there
idea to
with-
put some flowers up.
We walk around, make sure everything's maintained, and we secure. Yeah.
Hey,
I-
Mayor,
Mr.
Nobody's
Johnson-
fighting.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, sir.
I think Mr. Johnson said something.
Mr. Johnson.
And I say it might be a good idea to put some flyers up about those 700 meals. Like throughout the apartment buildings and
Oh yeah. Well,
maybe
we
let
sent
other
the
people throughout the town.
constant contact. We'll
Yeah, a
send
lot
the
of people don't do that.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they have the 700 meals, they have their distribution method for doing that.
Already.
Correct, Mayor,
Yeah.
already?
yeah.
We send out the constant contact every Friday for the Saturday pickup, which, they do about 50 to 75
Yeah.
people come
Yeah.
through for that. But the 700, the county exec's office and
They already do that.
Victory Grace
Yeah.
do all of that
Mhm,
distribution
mhm.
and advertisement.
It's called Stand Up. It's Stand Up and it's a Stand Up and something. They do it once a month. Yeah.
You shouldn't have said it. I would have been able to just quickly.
I know.
say it.
I know what it is. But they do it once a month. And so I'm just glad we can accommodate, and it's good that they can do it. We talk to the church and let them know. And Victory Grace,
hey,
they
Mayor, this is
send.
Chief. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. My question is, do the individuals who are picking up meals, do they have to get out of their vehicle?
No. They take care of everything. There are some walk-ups, yes, but the walk-ups know how to walk up. But the majority are vehicles, and they drive around and they put it in the cars, just like ours. When they come to the town hall, they drive right on around, and they have a group that just puts it in the vehicle. We do
So
it.
the individuals who normally come on Saturday to our building, do they know the location is changed to the rec center?
No, but they will. When we send out our flyer, we send out a constant contact.
Okay.
And besides that, we send out a constant contact and let them know where it is. But also, Victory Grace, they have people that will be stationed at the town hall or in the street, letting them know. They have enough individuals that assist.
Okay.
If
All right.
if
The
you
police,
want to have an officer there for
no, we will be
control.
represented.
Thank you.
We will be represented.
They
got
will
that.
greatly appreciate that. They would.
Yep, we
They
got,
would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
okay.
Mayor,
They
it's
work
called,
well. Mhm.
it's called Stand Up and Deliver.
There it is. Deliver. Mhm. Stand up. I knew it was stand up, and that was the word. Deliver. Yes.
And
Right.
even though, Mayor,
Yes, sir.
even though there are 700 more meals being served, are the hours changing or will they be the same?
Yes, the hours are changing. Our hours are the same for the morning meals. It's the same, but the stand up and deliver, it's later. I think it's 12 or something.
12:30. 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Our distribution chief is from 11 to 12 to 12:30, but they're finished by noon. They're out of food typically
Before,
by noon.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right,
But
from
the
12:30 until what time?
We don't know. We've never done
That-
it.
yeah.
Yeah, we've never done it. 700, I don't know. 12:30 to probably 2. It shouldn't take long for that. I mean, well, I don't know.
They give multiple meals to each person.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
not just
there
one
won't
meal.
be 700 people. Yeah, there won't be 700 vehicles or people. It'll be something less than that, but
Yeah,
because they do provide multiple meals.
yeah. But it'll be over 200 vehicles.
Correct.
You know,
Tracy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yes. You know, there's another church that actually distributes food in the park. And there's always, you've seen it, Miss Chester? There's always a long,
Yeah.
organized line in the park.
Yeah.
And they have the
It's quick
signs.
directions.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Johnson. Mm-hmm.
Can I make a suggestion that, and we did this at Thanksgiving when they gave out all the turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't let people come from Riverdale down through the park to 52nd. We stopped them right before they came up the hill. So everybody had to come down 52nd Avenue. They went up to the rec building. The first entrance into the parking lot is where the cars came. They were given their supplies, and they exited out of the top entrance and went through the park to leave. So you only had one way in to get your food and everything, and it kept, one, the street didn't get clogged up. Two, you didn't have people trying to turn into the rec building area, the parking lot there. And we had an officer at the top of the hill, that where the little path is.
One way in, one way out.
One way in, the way in would come down Decatur, 52nd. The first entrance into the parking lot, the cars would turn. They had all the tables and food lined up.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what the plan is. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to me, it would be nice to have one of our Edmondson vehicles at the top of that, crest there, to stop anybody from coming up. I know they had put up a couple of barrels, and Eric was there last time. I think so was Billy, helping with that. And it made the flow was excellent. There was no problems at all.
Plus, it makes sense to do the reverse, so people are, if they get backed up, they're backed up in the park, not onto 52nd and Decatur.
Right, and they can turn around in that little parking lot there and just head back out. So it kept the flow of traffic going really nice.
Chief will have to look at it tomorrow.
Yes, I'll put a plan together and I'll share that plan with all of you, because if we're expecting, say, 200 cars, we want to make sure that they flow.
Yeah.
And the only way they can flow is if there's one way in, one way out. So I appreciate you saying that, but we will certainly manage the traffic in such a way that there's no backup.
Yes.
Sounds like a good plan.
Thank you.
Yep, sounds like a good plan.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. So that's that. And I also attended the Maryland Mayors Association conference. And, a lot of our topics have been about the pandemic, of course, and vaccines, and not having enough for Prince George's County, But you know, Maryland mayors, it's 157 municipalities, and hearing that a lot of municipalities have had it and haven't had any issues. But then when you get to Prince George's County and Montgomery County, we have the issues because we're larger municipality. Prince George's County has one of the biggest problems, but Montgomery County is suffering as well. So that's been a huge complaint, a huge issue. And then also the issue about our children going back to school. It's been a great concern because March 1st is still a target date. Even though the governor stated it, but of course, every jurisdiction can, every county can make their own plan, but they pretty much try to go by what the governor says. So I'm on the steering committee with Rogers Heights, and today she said that she met with, she had a principals meeting, and pretty much Ms. Golston is kind of looking at the 1st of March. Everyone has the concern about, you know, going back in the classroom. I did also talk with the county exec's office myself because, look, for me personally, I'm suffering because I have grandchildren that I take care of. And it isn't, I don't want them to hear me, but it is a huge inconvenience to me because I work outside of the home. And I love my babies, but it's difficult for me to take care of them, to go to work late and to function at work and to stay at work late and to do, you know, do mayor and do meetings and so on and so forth. And then we have Ms. Tuberville. You have 2 children yourself. Are you working from home?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you have kid stuff to do with Marguerite, and then you have your work to do at home. And I don't know if Carmen is working at home, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I want the children to go to school, so I don't have to pay for somebody to watch the 5-year-old and pay for somebody to watch this one. But then again, the teachers need to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
But we were all supposed to get the vaccine. And I didn't get it because I was halted. I mean, I know, Sarah, you got it, and maybe a couple of others of you have gotten it or are scheduled to get it. But I know me and Ms. Nelson and Ms. McCulley, we were kind of halted. We didn't get it. So just think about our teachers who haven't gotten it. They don't want to go back to the classroom,
Right.
you know, without a vaccine. So it's really difficult. So I expressed this to our county exec's office, and they're right along with us. And so are the teachers, but you know, they've got to do what they're called to do. So everyone is kind of stressed out about it, but I'm willing to go with the flow in a sense. And I don't want to look at a strike like they're talking about in Virginia. Is it Virginia? Yeah, Virginia. No, DC. They were talking about a strike. But my suggestion was, let's just give it a little bit more time. Let's ensure that the teachers and the staff are a priority and they can get the vaccine. And some of our students, you know, because we don't want them bringing stuff home to us either. You know, let's get them taken care of so that they can go ahead and go to school and we can go function normally. So it's been in all of the meetings that we've been having, that's the hot topic. But the major thing is we've got to have enough vaccines to, you know, what's that, herd immunity for us all. And we've got to talk positively to individuals to say, Yeah, there's a fear, but we've got to do it. And if it means that it's only going to last 5 years, okay, fine. Then after 5 years, you got to do it again. I mean, it'll be better. Every year you have to take your flu shot, right? Okay. So
Never
what?
mind.
You have to take this vaccine again. What? Every year? Do you have to take the pneumonia shot every year too?
No,
I don't know. I think you have to do the pneumonia shot
Pneumonia
every
shots
year.
every 5 years.
I'm sorry?
Pneumonia shots every 5 years.
Okay. So it's every 5 years. And then you have I don't know about shingles, but look, it can't last forever. Only vaccine I know is the vaccination I took when I was a child. That thing lasts forever. I still have the mark. But so those are things that's a hot topic, and I know it's a hot topic for you guys too when you're at work and everything else. So that's what's been going on. And HUR is still a hot topic for the Maryland Municipal League. Believe it or not, it's back on the table, and I'm glad because we need money for our roads still. So that and police reform. That's hot topics for Maryland Municipal League. So that's all I have. And if no one else has anything, I did want to
Mayor,
go into.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I wondered if there were any discussions with NML or the mayor's conference about, it's still February. Like there could be a lot. I'm hoping and anticipating that there will be a lot more vaccine manufactured between now and August, and that teachers are pretty high on the priority list. At least, certainly before they open up other categories of people. And so is there a discussion about, at least for, is there a more certainty that schools would be open in August for the beginning of the year?
Schools?
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, they're looking at schools. Their target date is March 1st. I kid you not.
Wow.
Besides the vaccine, I don't think it's going to happen. But besides the vaccine, their major problem is transportation, because transportation can't be like it used to be, because now you have to because parents have a choice whether they want to send their children to school or not. So if you want to keep your children home virtually, you can. So that's going to be a problem. They have things to work out. So every day is the first day of school. So it can't be, you have the kindergarten bus, and then you have the 6th grade bus, and you have the whatever. It's the family bus. Everybody goes to the bus stop at the same time.
Mm.
So so let's say I have 5, but 4 of them go to school. So my 4 are going to go to the school bus at the same time. So my 4 family members each get a seat. So probably only 20 children can fit on one school bus for social distancing. That's the problem. So they have to work that out. And you talk about our children go to Rogers Heights and Riverdale Elementary. Those schools are overcrowded. Everybody can't go. And most of our schools are overcrowded. So it's a lot to work out. It's a lot to work out. So, and then most parents aren't going to send their children unless they have to get to school. Most are not going to send their children to school on a school bus. So like I said, it's that first day of school. Everybody's going to be driving up to the school. So they have to figure those things out. It's a lot. It is a lot. It's not the year to be the principal or to be the first year principal. That first year principal, oh my God, it's not the year. So they need all the support. So myself and Mayor James, we're on the steering committee for Rogers Heights. And I stay very active with them, and I love Rogers Heights. I'm telling you, they're right in there for the community. Rogers Heights is awesome. So they're going to work it out. Teachers are awesome too.
Yeah.
Love them. I listen all the time. I hear them work with their students. Yeah. So, but I'll keep you updated. I really will. I will. I really will.
Thank you.
And then, you know, I have one that's in Catholic school, and I know she'll be going back. As soon as they say doors are open, Catholic schools will be back in.
A lot of them
Because
are
their
already
classes are smaller. I'm sorry?
A lot of them are already, they've been in since August.
Yeah, yeah. She's in a Maryland Catholic school, so I'm sure she'll be in no time flat.
Yeah, I mean, they worked it out, but they don't have the problems of the transportation like the
No.
county does.
No, she gets driven.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also, before I forget, because I had forgotten and then it came back to my mind, we had some good news today because we got a shout out from the governor's office. How about that, Mr. Barnes? Mr. Barnes?
Yeah, I was really excited. We got our final approval from the Department of Natural Resources on our walking trail at the rec center. They had to, the Board of Public Works had to actually approve it, and Lieutenant Governor Rutherford sits on that board. And so Margaret, when she sent me the note today to tell me that we had been finally approved, and she said, oh, by the way, you got a wonderful shout out from Lieutenant Governor, with a smiley face. So very, very happy that occurred. That's thanks to Mayor Gantz several years of courting that relationship. And
thanks to us, all of us.
And he's been to Edmonston a couple of times, and so he knows what great work we're doing. And so it was wonderful to have that little note. We also were highlighted by the Maryland Department of Planning for our housing rehabilitation program, Edmonston Beautiful. And we're going to be featured in on their website and in their planning as a best practice for communities to replicate that program that's been so successful here in the community. So Edmonston knows how to put itself on the map and get recognition from the state for sure.
Yeah, and the Green Team would like us to consider getting back into America in Bloom. Just wanted to throw that out there. And I don't think it's a bad idea, especially during this time. All of the flowers and plants that we put around have been so great for during this pandemic. And I think it really pushed us into another, it helped push us on the map. It really did. So the Green Team met, and that was one of the things they talked about was America in Bloom. So, okay. So that's all I have.
Do we put that in the budget?
America in Bloom, Mr. Barnes.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. All righty. If there's nothing else for the good of the order, we will at 7:50. Is it 7:50?
Yep.
I'll accept a motion to adjourn this wonderful meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thank you very much. All in favor, please indicate. You know what? I'm sorry. I wanted to go into a quick closed session. It does not have to include our town administrator, does not have to include staff at all. Just wanted to briefly speak with the council.
I'll make a motion that we go into closed session
To
and
discuss personnel matter.
personnel matter, and we will not come back into regular session.
I mean, of course, staff, you can stay in if you want, but you do not have to. Was there a second?
I'll
Oh,
second that motion.
There, okay. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.